Hello everyone, welcome to Elliott Wave Forecast.com YouTube channel. My name is Henry Lau and today is March the 12th, 2019 on Tuesday. The time is at 3 a.m. GMT. We are looking at the Euro Yen short-term chart here, 60 minutes chart, and we can see right here that the pair declines from 127.5 after forming this high here. The decline from there looks impulsive, and we are calling this as a 1 2 3 4 5 an impulse. And now this can either end with 1 in the black, or it can also end with A of a zigzag, right? Remains to be seen. But the fact that we do get what looks like a 5 ways down right here suggests that as far as the current bounce here fails below that high from last week, then we can see further downside in the Euro Yen. Now the current bounce is expected to end at this blue box area, which is between 125.75 and 126.34. This is based on the Y equal to the W here, okay, to finish this double correction, okay, double, or sometimes people call it double zigzag, but in this case it's not really a double zigzag because this one is not really an ABC zigzag here. This is a 3 swings here, so it's not an A, it's a WXY of the lower degree. So this is a double correction, and that is expected to end here in this area, and then we can find sellers from here. Either we go to new low from here, or we can at least correct this entire rally in a larger three pullback like this, and then do a double correction or do a larger sort of 3 swings. All right, so one or the other way, but for now from here we can see sellers and it has the potential to resume lower from here. Now if we look at the larger degree, we're gonna take a look at what Euro Yen is doing now. You can see that this high here, we label it as an X. So this is the 4-hour chart. Now of course we don't show all the labels here as well. I mean, for all the time frames and all the labels, you can always check in the member area. We do provide 14 days free trial, and the link is provided in the description. So right here, this is the high that you see in the 1-hour chart. So we got the W here, and we are calling this bounce or the correction ended as an X. So if this is an X, then potentially Euro Yen could be in a very early process of completely turning to the downside and eventually breaks this 118.5, right? But that's kind of a long term, and for that view to remain, I mean, for that view to really be valid, honestly, you have to break below the W before this X here is confirmed that this is really an X. Otherwise, it can always do a double correction, right? It can always do double correction like this if it breaks above this previous X again. So we can see though, one thing we know from this 4-hour chart is that this cycle or this rally that starts from January low looks to have ended, because it breaks, you know, again, it breaks below the channel here in price as well as in momentum, right? So this cycle is complete. So now we got two options because this cycle is complete, right? So first option is what we are showing in the 1-hour chart, that this cycle is complete, therefore we are going to keep going lower. Eventually bounce is going to keep finding sellers, and then eventually it's going to break below the W. So that's kind of the primary view. Okay, secondary view, alternate view suggests that, okay, at the least we should be correcting the cycle first because the cycle ended. Now what kind of correction will it be? I mean, even if it is not bearish, let's say, at the least if the cycle is over, right, the logic is saying that we should be correcting this rally. Now the correction should be at least in 3 swings, right? And this leg or this decline so far can be counted as the first swing, which looks like a 5 waves internally in the 1 hour. So even if this is not an X, let's say this is not an X, and let's say this is bullish, if this is a 5 waves and it breaks below this channel, right, that suggests that at the least we can see another leg lower at least. So at least we're gonna correct in 3 waves, and then if it turns out to be bullish, it's gonna rally from here and go to new high. But if this is truly in the X, then this can continue lower, and eventually it's gonna break below this W. But that's down the line, right? Down the line. So for now, I think in the shorter cycle, we can say that this cycle is over. So at the least we're gonna expect there is pullback, and I don't think, honestly, I mean, it still can be the case, but I don't think this thing here is a good connector to correct this entire rally. It looks to be too shallow for me to be a connector to correct the entire rally. So it looks like it makes more sense to think that this is only the first leg. So even if it is bullish, even if it turns out to be bullish, then at least we should get a 3-ways pullback like this at least. Okay, so that's the idea. So therefore, back to the 1-hour chart, that means that as far as the current rally stays below 127.5, all right, we can get another leg lower at least, okay, to correct the whole rally from January low. Okay, so that's the update, or that's the chart of the day for today. I hope that you enjoy it, and see you all again tomorrow.